Hey guys, Jeff Schneider here. Today's video is about a question I received in the YouTube comments that reads, how do you get over the hump and work on things that are difficult? Well, the short answer is it depends. It depends on what you're working on, because there are different tricks and techniques for learning something that's tough. But if I'm going to give the most general kind of common denominator of an answer here, I'd say the best thing to do when you're practicing something that's hard is to break it down into smaller parts. Whether it's a rhythm or a line or a tune, break it down into smaller parts. If you're working on a tune or a set of chord changes, just practice 2 or 3 of those chords and make sure you can get that section down. The reason I think this is good is because when you're working on something that's really tough, it can be really hard to think about all the information, That's also why it's good to slow things down, which is probably the other big thing that is going to help you, is to slow things down and to break it into smaller chunks. It's all about making the information easier for your brain to process. You ever think about why it's easier to play something slow? It's because you have more time to think. When the beats are going by like this, you only have this much space between each beat. But when you have this, there's a lot more space. And within that space, you have time to think. And when you're practicing something that's tough, you slow it down, you have more time to think. It'll be easier that way. Once you're able to get your brain up to speed, which is really the solution to most of the problems that we all have when we're working on something hard, is our brain is just not thinking fast enough. Once you get your brain up to speed, then you can start increasing that tempo and force your brain to think faster and faster. But if you overwhelm it with speed and quantity, then you're not going to be able to ever process that information in a way that's efficient and effective. So the two main things, I started with one, but the two main things are slow it down and break whatever it is you're working on into smaller parts, into smaller chunks. Let me know if that helps. And if you have questions or follow-ups, whatever, leave them down below. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thanks for watching. I'm Jeff Schneider. See you next time.